YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of my picture for the lion from Wizard of Oz. So I have finished the background and now I'm going on to the details of the lion and Dorothy. So you can see that I'm changing the pose of the hand so that it's not like stop, go away. It's more of holding the courage badge that he was given. You wouldn't believe how hard it is to draw a cross, a simple cross. You can see how I ended up doing it in the end, just getting a box and using that as a start. I really struggled with the layering to do with this because I have no idea why. I was just really terrible, and then I realized that I'd done all of the detail for the fur on the wrong layer, so that caused problems, but I got through it and I fixed it. You'll see how shortly. But I was really happy with the way that all turned out, and I fixed his foot up a bit. And again, the foreshortening probably wasn't as great as it could have been, but for a first attempt, I think it was pretty good. It's a pretty little foot. I used reference images for the courage badge because you don't really, you see it in the movie, but there's no real photos of it anywhere, so it was just a snippet from the movie, and I kind of just made it a little bit less detailed, more blocky, but it turned out really well, I believe. So when I was trying to come up with an idea for the challenge originally, and I probably said already, but the one that I actually entered for this month's challenge was Alice. So if you haven't checked out that video, please do so. As that's the one that I actually submitted, and I love the outcome of that piece. But there was a lot of different things that popped through my mind when I was thinking of what I could do for this challenge. The first one I thought of was Harry Potter. It'd be really cool to make Harry Potter level 99, make him sort of like in a Voldemort sort of way, but very like the good version. And then I'm like, he kind of already is like that. Like, there's not much that I could really, improve on. And then I thought, oh, what about Gollum out of Lord of the Rings? That would be really cool. I could draw him in like a, is it Saruman sort of outfit, and I could, have him holding the ring in front of Mordor, and it'd be really cool. And then I thought, yeah, that could be cool, but what about maybe I'll do Mario? And I'm kind of glad I didn't do Mario because I've looked at a lot of other entries and there's a lot of Marios out there and they're actually really, really good. So I don't know whether mine would have really stood up against them. So if you haven't seen them, go to Newgrounds. Newgrounds.com is where everybody uploads their entries for the Jazza challenge. So you can see everybody else's entries in there, and some of them are just fantastic. All of them are great, but there's some there that you're just like, what? How many hours would that have taken you? So then I was sitting at work one day and I asked one of the people at work, what one of their ideas were, and they are actually the one who gave me the idea for the lion. And I thought, oh yeah, that'll be really easy to depict. And originally I thought, I'll do him as like a big Rambo sort of lion with, a bandana and holding a big gun and all this sort of stuff. And then I thought, yeah, I kind of want to keep it more to like the theme. Why would the lion have a gun in the land of Oz? Like, it just didn't make sense. So anyway, back to the video, you can see that I've had to redo all of this lining because I did it on the wrong layer. Go Emma. But that's okay, you learn from your mistakes, and I just haven't been learning from that one. I always manage to do it on the wrong layer. My worst one is I'll start an image, get really excited, and realize that I've done the sketch on the background, and how you can't, in Photoshop, you can't change the background transparency, which is really annoying. So I do it all the time. So now I'm going in with the shading, and even though my shading still isn't 100%, I'm so happy with how far it's come, especially it's making my shading in traditional art a lot better as well, because I'm not so scared to put darker, panels in or anything like that, because I've had a chance to play with it digitally where you can just remove it. So if you are struggling with shading, I would suggest practicing it digitally, because you can just remove it and do it again and again and again, and you don't have to worry about ruining your entire art piece, because you can just add another layer and then just complete the entire layer. So I'm finding that really helpful in like helping me learn layers. So that is supposed to be a braid that you can see there. I'm trying to braid the hair. It didn't turn out too bad. But again, I was saying in the first video that like I was so happy with the lion's hair, and then I went to Dorothy's hair and it just didn't turn out as amazing. Like I just feel like I really need to practice hair, which I never stop practicing. So I will keep going with that. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was style. So like I'm slowly learning my own style. Like I've tried a few times to replicate different styles, different artists' styles, not copy them, but just use the way that they draw to improve my art. And by watching different artists, especially on YouTube, I have definitely learnt a lot. And originally I was watching them so that I could pick up on their styles, but it doesn't really work that way. I've used different techniques and I've learnt skills from these artists that I've been able to put into my own style. So my own style has come a long way, and you can see from art piece to art piece, it's actually starting to look like, oh yeah, Emma did that. They're not so different anymore that you're like, oh yeah, this is a nice piece of art. I wonder who did it. Like if you had a look at the end piece of Alice, like you can see that my style's really starting to come through in the way that I draw, especially digitally, because like you look at my digital art compared to my traditional art and they're completely different. Like, okay, then you can still see that they're both done by me, but the way that I look at them, they look totally different. And then you look from my Alice piece to my lion piece when you see the finished product, and like you can actually see they're very, very different styles of drawing, but they both look like I did them, if that makes any sense at all. I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but I think like finally I'm developing my own style and I'm happy with the way that I draw, even though it's not like other artists. Because sometimes you look at other artists' work and you're like, oh, I wish I could draw like them. I wish my lines turned out as perfectly and as cleanly as theirs. Or, you know, I wish I could draw eyes like that. And that's not a bad thing to think that at all. But you've just got to remember, I think, that, you know, your style is your own, and it makes it yours. It doesn't have to be like theirs. You can definitely take things from their art and take their like skills and learn from them. But yeah. Anyway, it's coming to the end of the video, and I decided to make this image pop a little bit more, that I would give it a white outline. And I really like the way that outline turned out. I was so happy with the way that like it looks. It gives it that real cartoony look. So yeah, let me know what you think, and if you have any questions, please remember to hit that big red subscribe button if you like my videos. I love all of your support. Thank you. And yeah, thanks guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.